Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. There is an electric tension buzzing around the Philadelphia Eagles organization, and at the eye of this storm is none other than JALEN Hurts, whose simmering frustration has begun to spill into public view in ways no one could have anticipated. Sources close to the team suggest that Hurts has reached a breaking point with head coach NICK SIRIANNI, a relationship that until recently appeared stable but now shows clear signs of strain. Inside the locker room, murmurs of discontent are growing louder, with teammates reportedly noticing a shift in Hurts' demeanor, a once unshakable leader now appearing visibly irritable and increasingly impatient. The speculation has ignited a frenzy among fans and analysts alike as everyone scrambles to interpret what this tension could mean for the future of one of the NFL's brightest quarterbacks. Industry insiders are hinting that if the discord continues, the Eagles could face the impossible choice of navigating a season with their offensive engine at odds with the coaching staff, a scenario that could reverberate far beyond the confines of Lincoln Financial Field. The atmosphere is electric, and every word, every gesture, every sideline interaction is now under intense scrutiny as people try to piece together the true scale of the conflict. The heart of the speculation seems to be centered on strategic disagreements that have reportedly escalated over recent weeks, with Hurts pushing for more autonomy and offensive decisions, while Sirianni allegedly insists on maintaining strict adherence to his established system. This clash, described by some insiders as a power struggle in miniature, has led to increasingly tense exchanges during practice sessions, which are said to have left both parties visibly frustrated. Observers note that Hurts' exceptional athleticism and natural ability to read the field clash with Sirianni's methodical approach, creating a dynamic that, while explosive on the field, might be unsustainable off it. Fans have taken to social media to dissect every press conference, every sideline gesture, searching for signs of the rift, and speculation has reached a fever pitch, with some even questioning whether Hurts could be considering a departure if the standoff continues. In private circles, whispers circulate that the quarterback is weighing his options, assessing potential suitors should a dramatic move become necessary, a rumor that has only added fuel to the fire as the narrative grows more sensational with each passing day. The Eagles' front office, meanwhile, remains characteristically tight-lipped, adding to the aura of mystery and tension enveloping the organization. Adding to the intrigue is the reaction of teammates, who are reportedly caught between loyalty and concern, navigating a delicate balance as they attempt to maintain cohesion in the locker room, while observing the growing friction between their star quarterback and head coach. Multiple sources hint that veteran leaders have approached Hurts privately, attempting to mediate and diffuse tensions before they escalate into a full-blown crisis. Meanwhile, Sirianni is said to be equally determined to assert his authority, perhaps feeling that compromising his vision for the team's offensive strategy could set a dangerous precedent for the organization. This delicate interplay of personalities and ambitions has left fans and analysts speculating endlessly about the ultimate resolution, with theories ranging from internal reconciliation to the possibility of a trade that could shake the league. Every reported meeting, every public statement, every social media post is now dissected as a potential clue, feeding the rumor mill and ensuring that no one can ignore the escalating drama surrounding one of the NFL's most promising talents. The question on everyone's mind is what this tension might mean for the Eagles' performance on the field, as the team navigates a high-stakes environment where unity and cohesion are critical. Rumors suggest that Hurts' frustration has begun to manifest in subtle ways during games, with decision-making appearing occasionally rushed or uncharacteristically hesitant, sparking debate among commentators about the invisible impact of locker room discord. Analysts speculate that if the tension persists, it could force the coaching staff to rethink game plans, potentially reshaping offensive schemes to accommodate a quarterback whose confidence may be under strain. Meanwhile, fans continue to interpret each sideline exchange as a possible indicator of the unraveling relationship, feeding endless speculation and creating an environment where narrative and reality blur, amplifying the sense of uncertainty and drama behind closed doors. Sources indicate that internal meetings are increasingly focused on damage control, attempting to stabilize the situation before it reaches a point of no return. In such a high-profile environment, every subtle sign of tension becomes a potential headline, ensuring that the saga surrounding Hurts and Sirianni continues to dominate conversations. both inside and outside the league. Industry insiders suggest that the stakes of this potential fallout are higher than ever, with Hurts' market value and career trajectory hanging in the balance. If the rumored discord leads to a trade or sudden departure, it could send shockwaves across the NFL, altering not only the Eagles' immediate prospects, but also the broader landscape of quarterback talent. Teams rumored to be interested in Hurts are reportedly monitoring the situation closely, weighing the potential to acquire a dynamic player against the risks inherent in absorbing a high-profile conflict. Meanwhile, speculation continues to swirl around potential coaching adjustments, front office strategies, and the delicate negotiation of egos and ambitions, all converging to create an environment ripe for drama and intrigue. The combination of on-field talent, off-field tension, and league-wide attention has transformed what might have been a standard story about a quarterback-coach relationship into a narrative with national significance. Every tweet, every rumor, every whisper adds layers to the unfolding drama, keeping fans, analysts, and insiders glued to developments that could redefine the Eagles' future and Jalen Hurts' legacy in the sport. Ultimately, the situation presents a fascinating study in the dynamics of leadership, talent management, and ambition within professional sports. Jalen Hurts, with his undeniable skill and competitive fire, is at the center of a complex network of relationships, expectations, and pressures. And the rumored friction with NICK SIRIANNI highlights the fragile balance between individual talent and team structure. Sources suggest that the narrative is still evolving, with no resolution in sight, leaving fans to speculate endlessly on whether this chapter will conclude with reconciliation, rebellion, or a dramatic exit that could reshape the franchise. Every observer is left to wonder how Hurts' fiery personality, combined with Sirianni's steadfast approach, will ultimately define the course of the Eagles' season and, potentially, the broader contours of the league. For now, the story continues to unfold, a gripping saga of talent, ambition, and conflict that keeps everyone on edge and questioning what might come next in a tale that seems compelling to ignore. As the situation between Jalen Hurts and NICK SIRIANNI continues to evolve, rumors are swirling that Hurts might be exploring all his options, a move that would send shockwaves throughout the NFL. The quarterback's frustration seems to be at a boiling point, with whispers suggesting that his once unwavering commitment to the Eagles is now being questioned. Some insiders even suggest that Hurts could consider a trade or even a fresh start elsewhere if things don't improve. While these claims are still speculative, they have ignited a frenzy among teams across the league, who are reportedly keeping a close eye on Hurts' relationship with Sirianni. It's hard to ignore the fact that Hurts, one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the game, could soon be available. The idea of his departure has sparked countless conversations about what it would mean for the Eagles' future, but also about what it could mean for Hurts' own career trajectory. Could he find a better fit elsewhere? Or is he simply trying to stand his ground against a coach he feels is stifling his growth? These questions are at the center of the growing uncertainty. The Eagles' front office is reportedly in a delicate position, caught between backing their franchise quarterback and supporting their head coach, according to multiple sources. The tension has created an uncomfortable environment within the organization, with executives faced with the impossible task of finding a middle ground. It's becoming increasingly clear that, unless there is some form of resolution between Hurts and Sirianni, the Eagles might be forced into a major decision. While it's too early to predict whether a dramatic move like trading Hurts would actually come to fruition, the possibility is no longer being dismissed outright. The Eagles have invested heavily in Hurts, both financially and emotionally, and to see him leave under these circumstances would be a blow to their long-term plans. However, the organization also cannot afford to alienate Sirianni, especially considering his role in shaping the team's identity. The way this situation plays out will have lasting implications for the team's future, both in terms of personnel and the overall direction of the franchise. As the rumors continue to escalate, fans are left to speculate about what Hurts might do next. Would he really walk away from the Eagles, the team that helped him develop into the star he is today? Or is this just a temporary bump in the road, a typical coaching-player conflict that will eventually blow over? Some suggest that Hurts might be using this as leverage, sending a message to the front office about the need for change, or at least for a reevaluation of how things are being run. There are even whispers that Hurts could be angling for a more prominent role in decision-making, seeking greater influence over the team's offensive play calling. something that Sirianni may not be willing to give up without a fight. If Hurts does indeed push for more control, it could set a dangerous precedent for future conflicts within the organization. However, the fact that these rumors are circulating at all suggests that there is more to this story than just a simple disagreement over strategy. Teammates, meanwhile, are caught in the middle of this increasingly polarized situation. Some players reportedly sympathize with Hurts, feeling that his talent and leadership deserve to be treated with more respect and autonomy. Others, however, are said to be more loyal to Sirianni, praising his vision for the team and his ability to manage egos in a way that ensures everyone stays on the same page. The divide within the locker room is becoming more apparent, and it's unclear how this will affect the team's performance on the field if players are forced to pick sides. It could lead to divisions that go beyond just Hurts and Sirianni, affecting the entire team's chemistry in a high-stakes season where every game is crucial. Internal strife can quickly turn into a serious distraction. The Eagles need to act quickly to resolve this tension, or risk seeing their season slip away due to issues that have nothing to do with their opponents on the field. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. In the midst of all the speculation, one thing is clear: the Eagles are facing a critical juncture. If the tension between Hurts and Sirianni continues to escalate, it could ultimately lead to a shift in the team's entire structure. Perhaps the most dramatic outcome would be a trade where Hurts is sent elsewhere, and the Eagles are forced to rebuild around a new quarterback. While this might seem like an extreme move, some believe it could be in the best interest of both parties, especially if Hurts is truly unhappy in Philadelphia. A trade could give Hurts the fresh start he seems to crave, while the Eagles would be free to pursue a different direction. On the other hand, if Sirianni is the one to leave, the Eagles could potentially bring in a coach more aligned with Hurts' playing style, providing him with the environment he needs to thrive. Either way, it's clear that something has to give. The Eagles cannot afford to continue down this path without some form of resolution. What is even more intriguing is the fact that teams across the league are now reportedly monitoring the situation closely, eager to make a move if Hurts becomes available. Several franchises that have struggled to find a franchise quarterback are said to be preparing to pounce on this potential opportunity. Some speculate that a team like the Indianapolis Colts, who are in desperate need of a long-term solution under center, could be a perfect landing spot for Hurts. Others believe that a high-profile contender might see Hurts as the final piece to their championship puzzle, regardless of where he ends up. If this rift with Sirianni leads to a departure, it will undoubtedly reshape the landscape of the NFL. The Eagles will have a massive void to fill, but they also have the opportunity to reshape their future, depending on how they handle the fallout. It's impossible to predict exactly how this will play out. But one thing is certain: the drama surrounding Hurts and Sirianni has turned the Eagles into one of the most talked about teams in the NFL right now. At the end of the day, the only certainty is uncertainty. The entire football world is watching, waiting for the next shoe to drop. Will Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni find a way to work through their differences? Or is this the beginning of the end for their partnership in Philadelphia? Only time will tell. But as long as the rumors continue to swirl, the future of both Hurts and Sirianni remains one of the biggest questions in the league. What happens in Philadelphia will not only affect the Eagles' season, but could have ripple effects throughout the NFL. For now, all eyes are on this unfolding drama, and no one knows how it will end. But the anticipation is killing everyone. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.